And we're back here once again with another episode of the Iron Man Podcast, episode 570. It's going to be another rendition of Wednesday Top G's. So, as you guys know, that is not Professor Savage Dad. That is not Professor Savage Dad's illegitimate black son, and that's not his dad. He's still not back. But he did message me a few days ago talking about some stuff. And I told him, man, I got more Top G's now. You're going to have to get in line, baby. You're going to have to get on them knees to get back on the show. That's what I told him. You know, I didn't say that at all. I don't get the balls to say that shit.
Hey, man, a little head to get you a long way. You know what I mean?
Hey, look, if he just gives me 3D printing tips, I'll leave. I just need some tips to get my shit working right.
Okay, so I want to make this clear. I was fully planning on watching Cape Crusader. I told people I was. I keep my promises. Then I kind of find out right after we did that show, I had to work 6 days this week, and I stayed like 2 hours of overtime between not just yesterday, Monday, and today. I was like, bro, I'm so dead. I'll for sure try to get it done next week. I promise you, I will.
It's all good. I'll have to revisit it. It was so.
You forgot it in a day.
You're doing yourself a favor by not watching it, honestly.
Gosh, it was a show. It was a show on streaming.
It was a show. It's one of the shows of all time.
It was a show.
It was definitely a show.
Bro, I love that Morbius came out. That is one of the funniest shit that has ever happened in movie history. That is, ever since Morbius came out, people have been thinking that's certainly a movie. It's one of the movies ever made. Bro, it's the funniest shit ever. We did that for Snow White when we watched the trailer. We're like, Snow White and the Multiverse of Madness, because we don't know what the fuck that shit looked like. Holy shit, man.
Terrible, dude. Oh, my God.
Oh, you know what's crazy? Is that you think this be the one movie they wouldn't pull that race swapping bullshit. You think this be the one they wouldn't do that for? Nope. Snow White, skin purest white snow, doesn't matter.
Did you
now
see
we have
why?
Puerto Rican. A Snow White Puerto Rican. That's fucking insane to think about.
Did you see why they did it?
No.
I read
no, you need to hear this shit. I read an article that Bruce Timm was in a meeting with
that.
I thought
you were talking about the Snow White.
Yeah. That. I thought you were talking about the Batman. So I'm sorry. I apologize.
It's fine. You're talking about when he was saying that Batman had like no good female villains.
No good villains.
Yeah. Which by the way, you know, they gender swapped the Penguin. If you're gonna gender swap someone, at least make it look like the people who are calling for the gender swap. So like I could see like some hook nosed pudgy white bitch going like, finally, I feel.
They made her a Berlin. They made her like from the movie Chicago, but one wants to see a 6 foot tall, overweight lounge singer.
Yeah, I mean, just make her hot. Minnie Driver is hot.
Yeah,
like you just draw it like that. It was like if you're gonna do that. Or I don't know, maybe have Poison Ivy in it, or like Lady Shiva, or you know, like
I know somebody who doesn't get any love, do Talia al Ghul, you know,
yeah,
Lady Shiva, like you said, like because you know last week when we did
just talking about this, it's the only time that I disagree with Batman ever in his entire thing. It was like Razo or Raish is like, hey, you can use my empire at your disposal,
and
please fuck my hot ass daughter. She's in love with you, and he's like, nah. I got a city to protect.
I will say this to be fair to Bruce.
Talking about
Raish is quite literally a genocidal maniac. I don't know if you want to be getting in bed with those people.
Okay, but if he would have handed you his empire, you could have did whatever the fuck you wanted with it.
Do you think she would change? Do you think you could turn that hoe into a housewife?
For her, yeah, she's walking around calling him beloved all the time.
You know, change.
I'd conquer
change. I saw the way that you was looking at me. You killed my best friend, but I forgive you.
You know what's crazy is like someone like him will say something like that, where like there's no good female Batman rogues, and it's like, all right, okay, hold on, wait a minute. This is why these people are so beyond stupid. I don't think he's that stupid. I think he's just playing the Hollywood game. No guy that made Batman the animated series with Paul Dini is this stupid.
Yeah,
no way.
Harley Quinn. What are you talking about?
I was about to say, didn't he create Harley Quinn?
Paul Dini did. Paul Dini did. Well, it was more of a collaboration, but people get more credit.
Though, I think we need a break from her for a while.
Me too.
No, we need a break from her forever.
No, she's a white girl. No, keep the white girl in. No, keep.
No, she's Asian now.
Oh,
she's Asian and fat. And gay.
No.
And
gay.
And they gave her those weird titties that like curve off to the side.
Yeah, isn't her and Montoya a relationship together?
Yeah, in the 1940s, no less.
In the 1940s.
You know, 40 years before the sexual
revolution
rights movement, and
Hey,
and they could have done that, but they just can't kiss
1940s.
out in the streets or like in the middle of a restaurant. Have them meet like in back alleyways and shit. That would have been fine. Like, you know, it was like, it's not like there weren't lesbians in the 40s. They weren't just like, hey, look at me, I'm a lesbian. Like, it was, you know, they wanted to, you would have been shamed. Another thing with the show that is, or what were we talking about with the females? I do want to know, like what Bruce Timm said there. I wonder how much of that is copium. Like, dude, just honestly, just say that you made a choice. Say that you made a choice. The character's been around for 80 years. You thought you'd spice it up. You tried to spice things up in Batman the Animated Series. Right. No one liked it. Don't go like, well, he doesn't really have a lot of good villains. It was like, everyone loves bullshit.
I think he knows what he's saying is bullshit. He thought that if he said something as stupid as that, people would go and check the show out. I'm pretty sure that's what his game plan was. He thought if he said something so outlandishly stupid like that, people will go, man, maybe the show really isn't that bad.
Now, keep in mind, guys, what's this show streaming on, though?
Amazon Prime, right?
Okay. And they're notorious for doing dumb shit like that.
Yeah, but I think it was something I think WB did this and then sold it off because they knew it was bullshit.
Oh, yeah, because it was going to be on Max. You're right.
Them not to put it on Max.
Keep in mind, they got the bag, though. They probably sold this for a lot of money. Because Warner Bros. Is in massive debt right now.
Yeah.
I have to commend them on that. Sell it. Get the bag. Because people got to factor this in mind. If Amazon Prime doesn't keep it, it goes back to them. So they got the bag for a horrible show. They didn't keep it, and it goes back to them anyway. They can just cancel if they want to.
Yeah.
That's one of the few decisions I agree with them on. Hey, get the bag while you can. I always say, get that money. If a sugar mama, I'm gonna get a sugar mama, and I'm gonna make her come for $10K if I gotta flick a bean. I'm doing it. 45, 50 years old limit. I'm just saying right now, I'll do it for $10K. It's like that grandma meme where that guy pulls up his pants and the grandma's in lingerie.
PS5.
I'll do it, man. I don't care anymore. I have no shame.
I do it.
I'm fine.
Right? Who would not do it?
How the grandma and PS5?
Eat a bitch out for a PS5? I mean, say no more. I mean, sign me up. Where do you go?
Well, I don't know about eating old cooter, but
it probably tastes good. Just put some whipped cream on it.
Oh, dude, I would fuck Whoopi Goldberg for the story.
Oh, okay? No.
Can you imagine? No. That would trump everybody. You would be like, oh, you had a crazy day today? Yeah.
God, man.
Hear how bad my day was?
Yeah.
Here is the quote. Do you agree? No. I'm just going to put on
no one agrees.
No. Bruce Timm explains why he made the Penguin into a woman. He said it's because Batman lacks good villains and there needs to be more females.
Yeah, and then we picked we designed her after your average Kamala Harris voter.
What the fuck?
You know it's funny. They could have just did what they did with Harley Quinn and just created a whole new female character.
I could have just did. Why don't they just prove that if this character needs more good female villains, why not just make a new one then? You could just do that.
And if you're gonna do it, Oswalda.
Really?
And I even pulled that up on Twitter. I when that first dropped, and I was like, is Oswalda even a name? And I typed it in, and the red dots came under it, and then I posted that again. I was like, guess not. Like, Oswalda's not even a name.
And then you make her a sex symbol as well. Like,
yeah. Although they did like them big back then. They you know.
Yeah. Ironically, she walks up to the black guy first, and the black guy wants to fuck her. You know. That's
that is true.
Right. He probably got demolished in the comment section. Angry Badger says Batman has the best rogues gallery, which is true. Didn't Bruce Timm create Harley Quinn? Why did he not just create another? They also created that little girl that has dwarfism. Remember the Batman the Animated Series? She had like dwarfism.
Oh, yeah.
They created her. Yeah. They know how to create these people. That's why I'm saying he's not this stupid. No one that created something like that is that stupid. He's just saying this just to keep his pockets lined up. No one believes that.
Just might be
man,
stupid.
I actually talked to Badger that day, and he was like inconsolable. Like he
just went basically fuck life.
Tax.
Just God.
Yeah. Well, another thing is like there were a couple things that I really did like though, but I was like, they kept stressing that it's in the 40s, and it's just like there were certain things that you did that just aren't gonna fly. But like I really kind of liked what they were alluding to, like the teaser at the end. You know,
I did.
I like that quite a bit because like, like getting back to the roots is like certain characters. What they did with Clayface, I thought was excellent. Like I said, if you can get past the first 5 episodes, it's a decent watch.
They're all out right now.
Yeah, they're all out.
They dropped it all at once.
Yeah, that's another way that it's shit too, when they give you all the episodes at once. Because I don't even think they did that with Rings
only
of Power.
Disney and Warner Brothers do that. Amazon, Netflix, and Paramount, they mostly just dump it all at once. I mean, Halo they did week to week, so they did with Knuckles, but only Disney and Warner Brothers, from what I remember, for their streaming services, only do the week to week model for some shows. Like, I thought you knew there was a red flag there. They knew if this got released week to week, this was going to get slaughtered by people.
Oh, it would have been, bro. If they released that week to week, that would have been torture, dude. Oh. Especially after that first episode, it would have been torture.
Dude, Barbara Gordon was insufferable in that first episode.
So
she called me sweetie and was like, "Shut up, bitch."
She was like the most 2024 1940s woman I've ever met.
Yeah, I know. That hotshot black defense attorney in the 1940s, that would have been like, "Oh, we didn't order any coffee, honey." You know
what I'm saying? And they're doing the trend of, they make a character black one time and now it's just black. Like, these aren't visual mediums. Like, we don't know what the characters fucking look like.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make a video on that.
Oh, and you know what? They could have stuck with Commissioner Gordon being black, but they would have had to do more writing. Like, Commissioner Gordon would have had to do something like save the mayor or something where he gets like a bunch of praise, and then for the rest of the season, the mayor should have been calling him and we're like, "You should have never gotten this job in the first place. The only reason you got this job is for the optics." It was like not like, "Oh no, you're a black guy and this is completely fine," which, I don't give a shit, but I was like, in the 1940s, they very much gave a shit. The lesbian thing,
I think it would have been better if they did it like that.
Yeah,
where
like
he
I
actually
said,
had to overcome
with Montoya and Harley Quinn. It would have been much more interesting going like, "Hey, I think we got something going on there." It was like, "Well, let's go out on a date." Bitch, we can't go out on a date. It's 1940s. It was like, let's get coffee at my house because that's what we got. And even still, I'm gonna have to sneak you past the doorman. Was like, "Huh, it's awfully late, Dr. Quinn, to have a visitor." It was like it was the fucking 40s. You couldn't even say pregnant on TV. And there was another thing that bugged me too. They had a reporter going around like an on-the-scene reporter with a microphone. I was like, that technology.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It was like crazy. That didn't exist.
Dude, I was at work a whole 10-hour shift. I watched the whole thing. Like, I had no breaks. I wanted to kill myself at the end because it's like this. It hurt so bad to watch that.
Damn.
I went back and watched the Justice League series for like a palate cleanser, and it's so fucking good.
I finally finished Demon Slayer. That was my palate cleanser.
Dude, I didn't even watch it.
They said the Infinite Castle isn't going to be done till like 2030, and it's like, what are you talking about?
I haven't even watched the new season. Is it good? Isn't it? It's the Ashira training arc, right?
Yeah. The way it ended, it started good, it ended good, and the whole time I was rock fucking hard. Like it was like it's everything that you love about the series, and then the way that it ends, you just go, "Oh my god!" I was like, I haven't felt like that since like season 3 Game of Thrones, where you're just like, "Oh, I have to wait like a year for this shit." Like, no, give it to me now, and give it to me right now.
You sound like you work for.
That's how I feel about this show. Is like. I prefer when they dump all the episodes at once. That's just like I want to binge it. I don't want to wait every week.
Yeah, I hate that too. But I mean, I
don't mind waiting if it's like 20 episodes.
I like it for shows like Game of Thrones because like when it's like a cultural phenomenon like that, everybody's talking about it Monday morning. You know,
yeah, I'm different. I don't like the binge model at all.
It depends on the show.
Forget about it. Like
it really just
as good as Stranger Things was. Like that shit just died off as soon as it was over.
Every time a show is new and
it's so good.
Every time a show is big and you can just binge the entire thing, it just dives out of the conversation. Even if you're on just like any social media website, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, any of them. Like One Piece came out earlier this year, right? It was One Piece came out earlier this year. Died out of the conversation. No one talks about One Piece anymore now. Squid Game, Stranger Things, any of the new Netflix stuff that dropped.
Yeah, it's hot for like a month when really you could stretch that for 3 months, and then it's part of the cultural zeitgeist. It takes over. You get more and more people talking about it. I mean, it's a format. I mean, there's a reason that network television, it had its limitations. Like you obviously couldn't watch an entire season, just because of what it was. But I mean, to have something serialized like that, I mean, if you have good material, I would suggest that you stretch it out because it's gonna get more legwork.
That's like what they did with Cobra Kai. They dropped 5. They can do 5 more in 6 months, and then 5 more 6 months after that, and then the movie.
Which I love Cobra Kai, but like it's starting to get a little insane. I was like, hey, what if we send all those high school kids to the Kumite? And you're like, what?
Yeah. I'm not even done with it. It was like you're in the realm of like fantasy at this point, which I'm all for. Do it. But it's like, God damn, dude.
Yeah, no, I love when they brought in the Okinawa stuff, and like that was all cool. Like I loved those movies growing up. But like I thought it would have been better served. So like that one episode where Miguel and those guys are like visiting different colleges, and they're kind of like using the lessons that they learned from karate to like forward their lives. Yeah. That would have been a better direction, sending them to like a Enter the Dragon Mortal Kombat style secret fucking tournament.
And don't forget they brought back that whole, oh shit, something happens. Well, I'm not going to tell you. You're going to misunderstand, and we're going to hate each other again.
Yeah, because Mr. Miyagi fucking robbed a guy. Sure.
Well, not just that.
They always have to assassinate those characters, though. Like they always have character assassination.
It wasn't not just him. The kids too. Tori and what's her face? Daniel's daughter.
Oh yeah,
that whole shit. Like, so now she's on the bad guys again. Like,
because her mom died, and was
how many times do you? Yeah, I mean, people are telling you we feel for you.
Yeah, and the fact that you would go back to Kreese, like who's just like they're making a lot of like retarded character decisions to forward the plot, and like
it was smart in season 4. They got smart. Now they're getting dumb again.
Yeah, I mean, because originally it was great because like that's how
they were stupid.
The original Karate Kids were. It was like there was things characters didn't say where if you just would have said that, you would have gotten entirely different outcome. Not so much with Johnny Lawrence, because even though they make him more of a sympathetic character in this one, like. I just rewatched the original Karate Kid. Johnny Lawrence is a fucking psycho in that movie.
Yeah,
like it was like
crazy.
Yeah, no, I was like he's totally overboard. He is machismo to the like its most dangerous thing, and he knows martial arts. He's picking on this smaller kid because he's territorial and whatever, but even as he's getting introduced, the first thing is like, nah, I'm not drinking beer, it's senior year, I'm gonna like do something, and then like 5 seconds later he's kicking the shit out of this kid on a beach. Like like he's not a good dude. And he ends up being a very likable character moving forward, but that's because that was good writing. And it was like, and now it's like what they wanted to name the dojo and stuff, and it was like I expected him to be a dick about it and like have that, but it was like these misunderstandings are starting to become so contrived that it's just like no, you guys now have like 4 seasons worth of like a rapport with one another. You should have been able to talk this out, not like immediately start
fight about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and that's a trope I fucking hate, the misunderstanding, because That's like one of the ones that's leaned on the most. Writers use it and they never get off it.
Well, it's because there's too many women in the writing room. Because that's how it is. You know, I had it with my wife today, where she's like, she said she like bumped her head like getting in the car, and she's like, you know, I'm mostly more graceful than that. And I was like, yeah, mostly. And she's like, what do you mean mostly? And it was like, I was agreeing
you said
with you. I was repeating the word that you used.
Okay? Dare you?
And then she got in her karate pose, and then was like, no.
And then y'all started fighting. Yeah.
And y'all fought. You destroyed a car dealership.
That show had some great fucking moments though. Right now, Hawk is probably my favorite guy in the show.
Yeah, I'm digging him too.
Girls are weird, man.
Probably finish it, huh?
They are weird.
Yeah,
like last night, one of the girls that I knew called me. She said, "Come downstairs." And I'm like, "What the fuck?" I thought we're in a movie. You're like, you come downstairs, you get taken by some van, and you end up in like Puerto Rico or some shit. Like, what the fuck? You just tell me this is 12:30 at night, and she was like, "Open the door." As you guys know, I don't got no shirt on at night. I used to try, I'm going to bed. I have like just underwear on. She was like, "Look out the window." I'm like, so I look at the door. She was right there. So we went out and talked for like 30 minutes. She was just telling me all types of bullshit. Like, what the hell? She was like, "I could marry you if I want to. I'm your master. I bought you for $1." I'm sitting there going like, all right, cool. Can I go back to bed?
How drunk? Okay, I'm not saying this like to fuck with you. But how drunk was she? Or fucked up was she?
She was sober. This lady don't drink.
What?
She's
that's fucking red flag crazy.
I even told her, hey, we'd work. It's like a maybe I scratch your back, you scratch mine, friends of benefits. She's like, no. I was like, oh, okay. I said, I don't think you're getting the point here. I don't think you're getting the signs.
So I used to, when in my 20s,
back in the day,
I would travel a lot because I was a musician, and my best friend, I would couch surf, I worked at radio at the time, and I'd have to be in different locations and everything. But my buddy and his girlfriend, they had this housemate in a place that I would frequent. One, he was one of my best friends, and two, like it was in a very centralized location. It was very easy to get up in the morning and do stuff. But he had this crazy bitch that they were living with, and this is a good example of like stupid women misinterpreting things. So she was weird too anyway. Like she had a hippie van, like one of those old Volkswagen vans, and like with a bunch of like stickers on the back, and like that was her personality. Like when other would come over, they'd be like, "You're the girl with the van." She's like, "Yes, I am." And you're like, "Okay, cool." Like that's all you got going for you. And so she also, because she was a hipster and she was fucking weird, she had a furless cat. And this thing was, and it was nice. It was a very well-behaved cat, and it was cold all the time, so it liked to cuddle. Well, one night we were having a party, and I passed out on their couch, and I woke up, and the cat was in between my legs, but like I fell asleep, so I was feeling the cat in between my legs, and my first thought was, oh shit, I passed out at this party with my pants off, because the cat feels like his throat, like, so, and then you're like, I wake up and I was like, oh, thank God it's the cat. And so like I'm telling the story. It was like we're all laughing, we're all dying, and this is this bitch's takeaway. She looked at me and she goes, "Don't fuck my cat." And I was like, that's not what I said. And it was like, this was like well after, like she was sober. No one was drinking. It was like, that was just her.
She was level. Serious.
Yeah. That was just her capacity to pay attention. And it was just like, everybody hated this bitch. And it was like, yeah, but that wasn't like the only type of fight she would have. Like you would say things and she would just like, I don't know if she was deliberately misunderstanding it or if she was on the spectrum or some shit, but like there was some shit going on with that. But yeah, I just remember just like, don't fuck my cat. I was like,
that's what you got out of this.
Where'd you get that?
Love hipsters.
They're an odd group. You get some weird ones down in Detroit, man. And that you gotta watch yourself too, because like from a distance you can't tell if they're homeless or hipsters or not, just because like they're all wearing the same shit. Just wearing like a plaid shirt and like on a 90-degree day. What's up, Stu Penzo?
Oh, fuck my cat.
Don't fuck my cat.
For your own safety. That's his cat to fuck.
Oh yeah, no, Stu Penzo's got a big ass cat.
Oh no shit.
Yeah, he's got a big boy.
Damn. No, you brought up radio station earlier. This shows you how MSK, don't ever think your life is bad. This is bad, what I'm about to say. I won fucking tickets to Paw Patrol live on a rock radio station on Wednesday last week. That's how bad your life is.
Yeah. Oh,
you want tickets to watch Paw Patrol, a movie you've probably already seen with the kids. Like
no, not the movie, not the movie. People standing in huge dog suits.
Oh no!
And wait, no, they're not dressed in the suits. It's like it's a ride. They're standing in it. Their bodies come up here, and the dog heads in the front.
Oh God!
Oh wow!
I would see this with one son 6 years ago, and I'm taking my youngest one. But yeah, that's how you know your life is bad. I was listening to classic rock, and they had a competition, so I had me fucking text and enter. I get a text a few minutes later, hey, you won. We're calling in a few minutes to do an interview. Don't curse. That's how you know your life is low.
Yeah.
God, man.
You know, it sounds like an experience that'll change your life.
Well, I've already gone once, so I mean.
God.
Oh,
it's like that thing. I don't know if you guys have this in malls where Darnell's on. Yeah, they have the thing where the kids like going on the train in the mall. You gotta do that with the kids sometimes.
Yeah.
Someone forced me to do it with their kid. After like the first time, you're like, oh, this is kind of cool. This guy goes get a little memory out of it.
Wait, somebody you know or someone you don't know?
No, I was hanging out with a friend that we used to have. They had me watch the kid for a little bit. They paid me like $10 to go on the little train with him so they could go do something. You know, I was like, fucking hell, man. I gotta hang out with a white kid who has been like, hey, this guy's dark black, and that kid's like really white. How did that work? You know, just God.
But it's like you just riding trains with random people's kids. Yo, we gotta put them on a registry, man.
Oh God, no.
Yeah, no. That's like what they said. It's like the best Halloween costume. It was like, you know, like if you ever like move to a new neighborhood, it's like knock and be like, hey, like trick or treat. I'm on the sex offenders list.
Oh no.
And then you know, like give them something. You know, it was like. And they're like, oh yeah, that's a funny costume. It was like, yeah, but can you sign this?
I need you to sign this waiver.
Yeah, it's for a costume though.
Have you guys contemplated during like just like Halloween, still going up and trick or treating, getting some free candy?
I do.
I got a daughter, so you know.
Kids, though, man.
Oh, I remember like after I couldn't like my parents like I think it was like 8th grade. Once they got to high school, they the cutoff. They're like you can't.
The cutoff for our town is 18. You can't do it after high school.
Oh, if you were in high school, I was giving you so much shit, and it was like I'll give you shit like even if you're walking around with your newborn kid ain't gonna get fucking candy.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God.
Yeah, so I go trick-or-treating at my in-laws' house, and there's a guy on the next corner. Like, they live on a corner, and the guy on the next corner makes the greatest fucking old fashions. And he has his yard set. He has his yard set up. You walk up, the kids go one way, parents go the other. There's like juice and hot dogs and candy over here. And the parents he has beer on ice. He has a full bar stocked ready to make whatever drink you want. He has like some fucking gourmet burgers. Hey, like, look, this is a treat for you, taking your asshole kids out getting candy.
Damn, they don't do it like that no more.
I'll hit him 3 or 4 times now. He's like, come as many times as you want. I've seen you kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, you go now and he'll fucking drug it and then steal your kids.
Yeah.
We took my my godson. It was last year, and you know, we had nothing else to do anyway. And every house he would get the candy and he ran back and he'd go, they gave me candy. I was like, yeah. It was like it was a new experience every single fucking house. They gave me candy too. I was like, you're getting it. Like, he's kind
You
of like
almost
that
got it.
kid though. Like so like he's 3, so like he's just starting to like
yeah.
understand shit. So like for his birthday this year, like when we all sang like happy birthday at him, he was kind of like looking at us like, huh. Like, you know, that's weird. And I was like, oh yeah, you don't know how this goes. I was like, I was getting ready to just like fuck with him the whole night. I was like, all right, now stand in the corner and wear this hat. It's your birthday. Like, he doesn't fucking know. We could have gotten away with so much shit. And it was like, all right, now you got to go mow the lawn. It's your birthday.
It happens at like so many birthday parties you go to with like the little kids. Like they say blow up the candles, so they're just like, what?
Yeah, I know.
Ah, man, it's so cute. God, they don't know anything. It's like, and people are gonna tell me kids at that age can choose their fucking gender. You are out of your mind.
Out of your mind.
Yeah.
Y'all saw the post on X about the girl who blacked out her tattooed her entire arm.
Yeah,
She had,
the J.K. Rowling one.
Yeah. And her dad told her it was a dumb choice. She was like, and the person commented like, yeah, you know, maybe you shouldn't have been made that kind of choice at that young age. Permanent choice.
Well,
She owned herself so hard. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how she didn't understand what was happening. Like,
well,
maybe you shouldn't have made a rash decision when you were young. She's like,
Well,
yeah, maybe. And it's like, oh.
That's why
right.
I've never had the idea to like get a like character or something like that like tattooed on me, just and you know, because like if I would have gotten my original tattoo idea, it would have been a Limp Bizkit tattoo when I was 13.
Oh.
You would have regretted that for the rest.
I don't know. Yeah, I think I would have regretted the Tim Drake Robin a little bit more. You know,
Hey, man,
like, oh,
I will say
him.
that Tim Drake's original origin and everything, that character is so fucking cool. I love Tim Drake, man.
Yeah.
The fact that what they did to him in later years is so beyond criminal. Such a cool
I
character.
hate the new 52. I hate the new 52 so
they
fucking much. And then like with all this like gay, because they'll never make them like full out gay, right? Like they'll make them bi.
Well, bi and then their logic means gay.
Yeah, they'll make them bi, but
it allows
never
them
be
to
interested in
their
chicks.
foot in the door.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
Like, I'm waiting for when everything goes back to the status quo. You know, it was like it's not as bad as what they do with like Jonathan Kent, where he's got like some purple haired twink like following him around. You know, but you know, I just hope one day whoever Tim is like hanging out with, like spoilers, gonna be like walking by in like booty shorts, and he's like, I just remembered.
I like that.
I gotta go, Sherman, or whatever fuck your name. You know,
hey, can you tell us about the time you used to be gay?
Yeah.
Dark times.
Uncle Tim, can you talk about the gay times?
Yeah, it was like because you know they comics and was like it's like that time I was gay, and it was like they'll have the little like liner note. It was like see issues 240.
See new 52 and
yeah.
Oh gosh, man. Just then you had around that time Arkham City. That version of Tim Drake is one of my favorites too.
Yeah.
When he busted out in that cameo scene, he's wearing the hoodie over his head. He's like, I can take her. And he's like, Batman's like, I don't need you. But that's just how you know he's a good ass Rob. He wanted to clock that bitch with a metal pole. Holy fuck, God, man. Hey, when a girl gets out of line, you pull out your metal rod and you whack her with it. You know.
Okay, so I think we're zeroing in on why you're single.
He keeps beating up women, bro, and he wonders why he's single.
Hey, man, I'm not single. I'm just indefinitely not looking.
Okay,
he's in between psychos.
Sure, that's one of them, I guess.
Man, you know what's crazy? We talk about comics and everything. People know I buy the new comics and I try to get the new trade paperbacks for like the stories. And sometimes I don't buy like the individual issues. Sometimes I'll just wait for trades and everything. This week I only picked up like 3 things because I buy from mycomicshop.com for my pull list and everything. There's nothing coming out, man, this week. They're just reprints of omnibuses, reprints of hardcovers I already have. Like, man,
which omnibuses?
They reprinted the Paul Dini Batman omnibus.
Like a full collection of comics.
No, I'm saying which ones.
Oh, which one? Oh, they did the Batman Detective Comics issue 1000. I already have that. They did the Paul Dini Batman one that I just mentioned. They released a new Spider-Man omnibus from back in the day. It was for a Brand New Day, not One More Day, Brand New Day. Or it might be the same one. Unless I'm misremembering it. And then that's it. It's really. They have this new crossover event, Ultraman X Avengers #1. That's going to be a crossover. I've never been into Ultraman. I'm not saying it's a bad character. I've never been really that much exposed to the character. But that's pretty much.
He's got a very sordid like history in Marvel Comics. He's just one of those characters that like they really just don't know what to do with. I mean, they've killed him so many times. They brought him back with like different power sets, and like they obviously like the name Wonder Man. They just don't know what they want to do with him necessarily.
Well, they're race swapping him for the show.
It's gonna come back.
I'm just telling people right now. The person that's writing Action Comics, we know Action Comics is Superman's longest running series of all time. Gail Simone is currently writing Action Comics.
No.
I'm not shitting you. Gail Simone is going to be doing this like 3-part arc.
Gail Simone disappoints me because like I follow her. I follow her on Twitter though. She obviously knows her shit. Like like she can hang with the boys, and then like but like every now and then she like gets this like it's almost like there's like a tick in her head, and then she wakes up and she chooses violence. She's like, this will piss off men today. Like behind your fucking keyboard, and you're like, why, Gail? Why? Like she was saying something the other day about like the Fantastic Four, and I was like, God. Gail, that is so spot on. And then like she said, and then after that, she's like, well, I should say something retarded now so people don't get the wrong idea. And I was like,
dude, that's like every woman ever.
Yeah.
Just randomly.
Like,
you know that Twitter account, Unlimited L's, that should only be dedicated to women. Just unlimited L's.
Oh, they have one that's it's called Women Posting Their L's.
Yeah.
I saw that one. Yeah.
Those are the best accounts ever. Just yesterday, a woman took off her nasty ass underwear and put it in the bakery pantry that you go and get your pantry.
So disgusting.
God, that bitch might have a yeast infection. I don't know.
Well, trying to make some bread, dude.
She will now.
Terrible, bro.
God.
So my wife, she was like, would you ever cheat on me? And I was like, I already got you. Why would I bring another woman into the equation?
Why would I make things more confusing?
Why do women do that? Guys, I'm not saying this. I want to defend women. I do. But when they say stuff like that, my brain melts into 1,000 pieces.
Oh, I know.
What woman goes up to a guy that she's married to, says, would you ever cheat? What the fuck?
Do you hate
Here's
me?
the real question. Would I ever tell you if I did? I always see like these documentaries where like those guys had like the secret family, and I was like, who are these organized motherfuckers?
That's what I'm talking about. I can't afford to finance one family. How am I going to finance a second one?
Yeah.
Well, it's usually before inflation hit. It's usually like
before inflation.
Or like the woman's like, he said he was working the night shift, and like, and it was like, but like with cell phones, I don't know how you do that shit. People still pull it off. I just don't know how you do it, because like my wife will call me about retarded shit. Like when she knows I'm doing something like I enjoy, she's like, have fun with the boys, and then she's like, you know, a couple minutes later, she's like, you know, I put the thing in the washing machine and I found, and I was like, I use the soap, but it doesn't smell like the soap that I usually buy. Have you noticed like a different scent? Like when you get the clothes out fresh and you're going like, I'm at a fucking football game right now. Like I was like, this is a question that could totally wait.
Women always do that. They'll call you and they'll be like, "Hey, this is just one thing. I promise, one quick thing." That shit's built over to like 30 minutes to an hour long. You're just like, "Fuck, what were we even talking about originally? I don't even remember." Oh my god, man.
Oh god, my wife's a teacher. It was like every day at 3:30. I work till sometime 4:30, or I work till 5. She will call me at 3:30. And not only will she like tell me about her day, which that part I care about, But then I need to hear about Johnny and Timmy and little fucking Susie and how their days. Kids I've never met, kids that I don't care. It was like some days I just lose my mind. I was like, you know what? I hope Susie gets hit by a bus. I don't give a fuck.
Oh my god!
Hey, shut up.
Allegedly,
I got
in
work
Minecraft.
to do. Okay, I don't want to hear about someone else's kid. He's like, well, then you probably shouldn't be a father. It was like, no. I'll care about our kids. I don't give a fuck about someone else's kid. Okay, actually, the only kid that I care about is the one who the mom is they them, because just out of curiosity, I want to know how this little fucker is gonna end up. By the way, not great. It's not going well for I'm not gonna.
What grade she teaches?
Like first through third.
Okay.
It's like a mixture, but like this kid already is he's already learning the zero accountability. And then the other one is this kid who scares the shit out of me. This little girl is gonna be like this kid's gonna be like a fucking serial killer. So
nice.
one she was telling me this story where like they were standing in line somewhere and this one kid like tried to cut in front of him. So like he didn't have anything to hit him with. So he grabbed his jacket by the zipper and like went across his mouth with the zipper. And then like, so the kid started like crying and went up. And the first thing he like pulls my wife aside and he goes, I don't like when people like use my name to say anything. I was like, so the first thing you did after like turning an article of clothing into a weapon was like looking at the kid that you hurt and said, hey, keep my name out of your fucking mouth. I was like, this, and then like
Will Smith.
But the best
for sure watch that slap.
The best part is, so like I like this because like, you know, when you get the yearbook, I don't know these kids, I don't meet them, so I try to like guess.
Yes.
You know, when I see the pictures. And like I saw this kid like with his like dead-eyed stare that like every like school shooter has, and I was like, it's got to be him. Like, you know, it was like
the same thing.
That's Jacket Boy, right? And she's like, it's Jacket Boy.
My wife hates when I do that. She's like, can you please not? Because we got the yearbooks last week. She's like, can you please not this time? I'm like, you fucking better believe I am.
Oh yeah.
Like, yep, this one, that one. Hey, was this a kid that was pulling your hair? Yep, I knew that.
Yep, that's the one who smells like pee. I can tell.
You guys ain't like, oh, did you see that video or those like doctors in that clinic or whatever were laughing at the patients and making fun of their illness?
They were reading the journal.
Yeah.
That's fucked up, man.
That's pretty fucked up, honestly.
That's fucked up, dude.
Yeah, dude, that ain't cool.
I like people usually make fun of, like, we usually kind of joke about that people do that. I didn't think we were actually doing that. That's just
like you find that shit, you don't open that shit, man. I mean, you find out who it's for, but you don't go further than that.
Yeah, I mean, I have friends. Like my best friend's wife is like a OR nurse, pediatrics too. So like she sees, or I'm sorry, intensive care, not OR. But like she won't give me like descriptions. She'll give me descriptions of like fucked up shit that like happened that day, but she's not like trashing them. And I was like, it's inherently interesting to hear stories that go on in a hospital. But I was like, but if you're laughing at someone's misfortune, like it was like, you're not really in the right occupation. Like that's
It's one of those, like, you know how like there's these unspoken rules. You kind of feel like at a hospital, it's like, okay, you're here because
I'm pretty sure that is a fucking law they were breaking.
No, there's
confidentiality. Yeah, no, well, all I'm saying, like, as a common human,
but yeah,
well, I'm saying, like, as a common decency of us human beings, like, hey, in a hospital, no one wants to be in a hospital. Usually, for hospital, you're in some fucked up. Even for like sick, even just a basic like sore throat. You know, I'd fuck up with someone sick. You know,
and then when you got someone who's a chronically sick who just lives sick, that shit's fucking hell for them, man.
I mean,
I just would never do that kind of thing. Like, that's just kind of like, why? Like, why do you laugh at people's misfortunes? Because that's just gross. Like, I don't know.
Had to be white girls, huh?
Was it white girls? one of the most fat. So
It was
you
in
knew
Tennessee,
that
I
was
know
gonna
that.
happen.
Yeah,
Oh,
well, they're miserable to begin with. So yeah, and like I said, I've seen, you're on your feet for 12 hours, like, I get it, like it's a rough
You're
gig.
gonna have a fucked up sense of humor, but there's just some lines you don't cross.
It's just the arrogance too. Like, you think you're never gonna go to the fucking hospital? Like, who do you think you are?
yeah.
Yeah.
Now granted, like, if you see a dude where, what was that? It was Brian May from Queen. Yeah, like he went to the hospital because like he had like something in his ass, and he said that he like fell over gardening, and I was like, no, you didn't.
That's
Like,
just not how that works.
yeah, but it was like that's gonna make the news because he's like a celebrity, but it was like that's gonna be a hard thing to keep out of yourself. It was like, okay, one of the greatest guitar players of all time just kind of came in, and he may or may not have had something in his ass. I could understand that would be harder to keep to yourself, but like if you're just like Joe Schmo, and you don't have something up your ass, let's say you have, I don't know,
Cancer.
like, yeah, exactly, or like heart palpitations. So it was like, you're gonna joke about that? Go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Man, we just live in a fucked up world, man. Like,
Hate it.
We do.
even the new Kamala Harris VP, he had this like this what do they call him that teachers go to? He's like, fuck,
Like a
what was it
rally.
called?
Conference.
Conferences. Yeah, he was in a conference. He's saying that 10-year-old kids could choose their gender. I'm like,
Oh, so
What the
okay. I know we discussed the semen, horse semen thing last week. Why are they calling the tampon guy? What's
Tampon
that
Tim?
story?
Oh,
Yeah,
man,
what's
he
that
put,
story?
he put tampons in.
you try to put tampons in
In-
the boys'
Oh,
bathroom.
in the boys' bathroom.
Yeah,
Oh.
I was going off on because like some disconnected journalists was like, if a girl was having her period and a guy like pulled one out of his backpack and said like, I carry one of these around just in case like one of my female friends need it, like
Oh,
that
get
guy
the fuck
that
outta
guy
here.
would get so many prom invites, and I was like, you've never been to high school. That
No.
that kid would be labeled a freak for the rest of his life, for the rest of his high school career. They would be throwing tampons at him, and that
Yep.
girl would be so freaked out they would have to prescribe her lithium.
And
Okay,
they'd have a restraining order against him.
Yep. Okay,
Yep.
and by the way, here let me put it a different way. It was like, I notice you might have sharded. I keep a roll of toilet paper in my backpack for such occasions. What are your prospects like for prom, m'lady? Like, it was like, no, that's an inherently creepy thing to do. Okay, the only thing that high school boys are gonna do when they see that tampon machine in it is stuff the toilet with it and go. It was like, how many is it going to take to finally clog the toilet?
Yep.
Yeah, or hey,
Okay.
let's dip it in alcohol and suck the
And
alcohol.
I was
off. They'll
catching
do
so
something
much shit from
stupid.
women online. They were like, oh, yeah, well, I bet that's what you did. I was like, have you not met high school boys? 'Cause we just- I was one. We do dumb shit for like no reason, okay?
And thank God we had no cameras in the 90s, man.
Yeah, no shit, dude.
Thank God we had no cameras.
I'm just pointing out the fact that women online, compared to what they'll actually say to you in real life, would never accept that shit.
Yeah,
in real
it's
life, it
not
would
the same.
actually not even
I hate that
close.
shit, dude. Like,
Yeah.
I hate when they're in the you know what I hate? I hate when they're in the comments of a objectively ugly woman, and they go, "Oh my god, you're so pretty."
Oh, I know.
Stop lying. Like,
Oh
just
no,
tell
they'll
her
do
she's
that shit
ugly.
to her face, and then as soon as they get out of there, it's like, oh my god,
Oh my
thank
God,
you,
she's so
fucking
ugly.
Carmen. Did you
Just
see
say
the
her.
top that she picked?
Did you see Carmen? Oh my god.
She stinks so bad.
Oh my god, women do that so much. Women are the ultimate like all show no tell. What's the thing? All talk no action.
Yeah,
That's right. Yeah, it's all talk. Women are just performative by nature. Just by nature. Literally, I swear, not just on Twitter. Instagram is horrible with this. Facebook's
Oh,
worse
God.
with this.
TikTok.
Terrible. TikTok.
Oh,
is
You know,
get them in
you
a
know what's
group,
crazy?
man. It is
TikTok
like
not.
it is so fucking wild. Like, okay, I like I'll go to like something of my wife's, and like she'll be talking with her friends, and then I'm just like with the husbands that I've never met before. By the end of the night, like we have like a rapport with one another,
We
like
exchange
inside
gamer
joke,
tags.
whatever. It was like they'll say like some backhanded shit, and it was like, and then like my wife will lose it like mid ride home. It was like, oh yeah, said I not the color I would have chosen. and then like you'll
I'm
see
not gonna
like
lie, your wife is pretty based.
like her eye twitch, and then like Super 11 was like, so do you have fun? I can't believe that cunt said that to me. It was like they'll say shit that like goes into your ear and then explodes like a time bomb a little bit later.
All the time. Remember the classic one? The classic one is they'll always say basically what guy they'll want. That guy will literally be right there in front of them. They'll be like, I don't want that. That's the classic one.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, but there's no good guys in the world. Like,
but before my wife left the hospital she worked at and she moved to the doctor's office, she used to work on the peds floor. So they had like like a crawfish boil for all the nurses, all the husbands and fiancés and boyfriends going. We all kind of moved to the beer. We're just kind of talking, sharing gamer tags and stories and shit. At one point in the night, one of the husbands goes, "Oh shit!" And every guy just looks at him and goes like, "One of you guys fixing to have a bad night." He points across the backyard, and one of the women, you can see, we visibly saw her go from like, ha, 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 ha,
oh no,
looking at another chick, and he's like, "You're gonna." So like, fast forward 3 months, we have like a summer barbecue, and we got the guys all grouped together again. We're like I said, we got the rapport. We're just guys with new boyfriends we're talking to, and he goes, "So which one of you was it?" And it was like one of the other guys was like, "It was me. We didn't have sex for 2 weeks after that." Like, what the fuck? He's like, "She was pissed at so and so, and I didn't understand why, so she kicked me out of our bedroom for 2 weeks."
Oh yeah,
God.
I've seen it where like I've had like a friend from out of town. He brings his wife, or like we're at a party or something, and then the two wives are just talking. They're hitting it off. They're laughing about shit. Then we get in the car, and I was like, "Yeah, so we should have her." Oh no, I hate her. And was like, "What?" It was like, "Well, you did a very good job of." No, she's stuck up. You have no idea. It was like you guys were laughing about like crystals for like 4 hours. I don't. It seemed like you had a lot of common ground. No. She's a schemer. She's scheming.
Mine does that too. Like she's like, "We need to move closer to my people." I'm like, "Why?" She goes, "You make friends with everybody everywhere we go. Like you meet my friends' wives." She's like, "Yeah, I don't like none of them."
Yeah.
Why the fuck not?
Sounds like a you problem, bitch.
You look like you had a great time. Anytime you stick me with a bunch of no name people, I fucking meet them and we have a blast.
Dude, my ex had this thing where I know a lot of girls have this, but she would get so hung up on something to the point where she wouldn't let it go, despite us telling her how ridiculous it sounds. The one thing that I hated with women was when they started putting this emphasis on the horoscope signs. All that. Oh, you're a Pisces, or you're an eel, you're a tiger, you're a zebra, all that gay bullshit. In real life, I will say this: people ask those kind of questions, but people do that as far as like an intro question to get to know someone. It's not like a thing that you really care about. But she was literally telling us like all these. Like, we're in the car coming back home off this drive from San Diego, 2 hours, and this bitch is literally on live stream yapping about this horoscope. We're like, we don't care. We don't give a fuck what month you're born. She was like, well, in July, if you're born this month, that means you're like this, and that. I was like, lady, all right. I was like, honey, I was like, lady, listen to me. It doesn't matter what month you're born. That is not indicative of anything. That maybe that person was just like it. She was like, no, if you're born in July, it really doesn't mean that. I'm like, okay, hold on. It doesn't.
I'm so glad I never had to deal with one of those women.
She just went on.
Oh no! Oh yeah, no. My wife's into that shit, and
the astrology thing. Oh my god, it's the most annoying.
She'll be like, "Oh my god, if we get pregnant right now, our kid could be a Scorpio." And I was like, "Okay, what is that? When is that? What does that mean?" She's like, "Okay, you want to know who's the Scorpio? Your friend
not
Tom
really.
is a Scorpio." Okay, and I was like, "Okay, so like late October. I have an October birthday." She's like, they're angry, okay? It was like Scorpio, like Scorpion, and it was like, okay.
Like, you're trying to explain to women, you're trying to explain just because something happens in that month does not mean that's only applying to that specific person. They don't understand that. Their brains are, it's not clicking. It's like that per capita bullshit with black people. It doesn't click. It just, the switch does not come on in their heads. It doesn't. God,
that's a very Aquarius thing to say.
Yeah, I don't know why you would say that, dude. That's so.
Must be because you were born in January, the game month.
I don't even think I could
warned.
name them all.
I was warned to stay away from
I always
like
used
right
to tell
now.
people the wrong one. Like
God,
when girls
I
would
always
ask
say the
me,
wrong one because I would fuck with them. It's like I don't care. Horoscope signs, astrology, all that is stupid.
Did you
Yeah,
guys
I
ever
say-
ever see that TikTok video where the guy asked the women and like then he like blows them off because of that? So she'd be like, "What's your sign?" She's like, "Oh, I'm in Sagittarius." Oh no, I can't do that again. I
Yeah,
gotta,
I've seen that.
I gotta. And they're
I
all like,
swear. Okay. So if anyone watched that live stream of me and my ex, her sister, and my friend, we went to San Diego for Gabe's Big Man Comics thing, she literally asked me, "Hey, I want to go here to get rizzed up by one of the nerds," and we're like, "Okay, Lennon, you cannot just go up to nerds and call them nerds, and then like you don't do that." So she didn't do that. Thank God. We got her a dude. We got her a dude, and she was like, "Oh," at the end of the night, like, "You had a good time." She's like, "Yeah, but it was the one in July or whatever." She was like, "He was born in July." I don't know. I was like, my brain, I wanted to walk into the highway and just end that shit. I was like, "What?"
oh,
I
and they
was
got
like,
other
fucking
shit. They
hell.
get like more advanced stuff. And it was like, is it like your earth element or like you know? It's just like, oh, he's a fire symbol, and I was like, are we going into like Are we going to earth bending now?
Well, I'm 70% water. So
Yeah,
there's that.
she's like, you're an air symbol. That's why you're good at singing. I was like, or
Good genes.
yeah, I was like, I just have a big lung capacity. Like, no, but that's a trait of that, because air fills your lungs. I was like, as it should. You know.
Be serious right now.
So what
Can
is
we-
fire? Is fire?
I have no fucking clue what any of
You
I
this
have
don't
the
is.
even
clap-
know what
When you have the clap, you have fire.
Yeah. Okay. So for her birthday last year, I took her to like the crystal shop that she liked,
Oh, God.
and I was like, "Here's how much money you get.
Oh, God.
You gotta pick." So we got up to the register,
Mhm.
and I did this on purpose because like I just know her, and because she's like, "Well, I'm down to these ones," and I look at the one girl behind the counter who goes, "We'll take everything that she picked," and she goes, "But that's not in the budget." And I was like, "No. Now you've gone around and picked everything that you really like. You've narrowed it down because you thought you had to stay around a budget. And if I just buy everything, I don't have to listen to you pick up every individual rock and tell me what the fuck it does." Okay.
It's worth the money.
It's actually worth the money not to deal with the headache, honestly.
Yeah, it was worth the extra, 20 bucks or whatever it was to get those,
Yeah,
even though you
yeah.
can find them on the ground for free. But who am I to say?
What am I to say about the
But,
good old horse?
but even the like hippie chick behind the counter was kind of like, like no arguments there. It was like it's kind of like I don't ask her what she wants for dinner. Like I go, "Hey, guess what I ordered," and then if she goes, "Oh, you got it from El Charo's?" I'll be like, "Yep, I did. I'm just ordering it right now because that's what
the
you're
worst
in the
one
fucking-"
too. Women will be like, "Hey, what do you want to eat?" They'll be like, "I don't know." You give a choice, they don't know.
Mhm.
They don't care. Like, what is that? That is the worst one.
No,
The
yeah,
one,
oh yeah. It
what
was
do you
like,
want to eat?
what do you want?
Fucking hell.
Okay, name a suggestion, so you can shoot down every fucking suggestion that I make until we end up just going to the place that's closest because we're now starving to death because you can't make a fucking decision.
Yeah. So
Ida, he's got to go. But it was nice
No.
having you here, man. We'll try and start a bit
Yes.
earlier next week, like around 7 or a little bit, just a little bit time, so you can have a little bit more to say as being a good looking white black man in America.
I am a black man. All right.
You
Especially
are
when
black and you are beautiful.
I run around with 3 legs. All right. Just let me be.
Hey,
But I
you're
hope
going
y'all
on that
have a great
penguin
night,
stream,
man.
right?
Oh yeah,
You're-
yeah.
hell yeah.
You know what? I'm actually they were talking about it. I think I am gonna go watch it in IMAX again because that car chase scene in IMAX in the Batman was
Oh, yeah.
fucking amazing.
It was
Dude,
really
So I
good.
might go watch
Yeah.
it again.
Best
Yeah.
Batmobile intro in any Batman movie. I don't
Oh
care.
yeah, it was
True,
great.
yeah.
It was great. Now, man, with the little engine rev up. Oh man, you know what? I'm gonna go watch it after I get done being grown. All right, but y'all have a great night, man.
Have a good night,
Easy,
man.
buddy.
peace
Later,
out,
dude.
brother. Take it easy.
Later.
Best advice I ever got for the Batman is like my buddy saw it like the day before I did, and he's like, "Hey, it's a long movie, but anytime Batman is on a motorcycle, go to the bathroom." I was like, "All right."
That movie was pretty long though. Like
There
I'll
was
have to
scenes
read
that were so long that
It
they
ended
it
like
was
3
so
times.
drawn out. Yeah,
Yeah.
like the part where they got was it Maroni or Falcone or whatever I feel like that was probably the ending, but then they did the Riddler ending, and it was like, oh my god, just constantly stretched out.
Oh my god,
yeah,
dude, there's like an 8-minute sequence where Batman and Catwoman are on motorcycles, and then they go their separate ways.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there, I'm going like, guys, this is like a 3-hour movie. Like, come on, like this is not needed. Like, I understand if you're going like, hey man, we're only at 90 minutes. We gotta do something. No, this is a 3-hour movie.
So they cut out that awesome Joker interrogation scene for that.
Yeah, right.
They did. Yeah.
Oh,
but hey,
God.
Back to the eating thing real quick. So my wife, I generally don't care. I generally don't give a shit. Like, whatever. I don't care. Whatever. Yeah. Sometimes my stomach's fucked up. Like, I can't handle Mexican. I'm gonna shit myself if we go eat there. I'll be spending most of the time in the bathroom, whatever. And most of the time, I don't care. So I would say I don't care. So she, after a few years, got tired of picking. She's like, I'm sick of you saying I don't care, because if you put it on me, and that's too much stress for me. I'm like, but why? If it's just you and me, whatever you pick, I'll be fine with. I'll find something I want. And she goes, well, you stop saying I don't care. Start saying I have no preference. Like, fair enough. So I started saying that.
It's not what you said, it's how you said it.
I get that all the time. But she goes, say I have no preference. So I started saying that. About 2 or 3 months ago, she's like, you need to stop saying that. I'm like, why? She goes, that's what you always say. I'm like, but I don't have a fucking preference.
Yeah, yep, I know.
I don't care.
For my wedding, I had to learn so many different ways to say I don't give a fuck. Okay, I was like, I don't care about the ribbons on the chair. I don't care. I was like, I want top shelf liquor and I want a live band. That's it. Otherwise, do you. I'm glad that you went with me on the Batman Wonder Woman cake topper. Aces, but like I got everything I want. So like
I can literally eat anywhere. I can literally grab anything from any place I've eaten at so many different places. But with girls, because I've only eaten at like select few places, like motherfuckers, girls didn't even want to eat a Chick-fil-A. I'm like, who doesn't like Chick-fil-A? Like, what is wrong with you bitches? Crazy.
Well, and they'll narrow things down too. Like the place doesn't have a fucking menu. Like it was like, oh, I'm not in the mood for this, and it was like, that's not all they serve, right? Like, like there's here. Okay, if you're not in the mood for chicken, why don't you go to the fish part of the menu?
We literally asked them what they wanted to eat constantly on the way home, and they were like, I don't want to eat that place. Then when we're in Victorville, they started ordering online from this Mexican restaurant. Then why are you bothering us about what you want to eat? We actually didn't eat until we got back in town, so I had Panda Palace. But holy fuck, to hear them bitch and moan, I'm like, pick a place where you want to eat. We'll stop there. All we said was we're not sitting down. We're going home after we get the food.
Another great thing is, you say you don't care, and then she suggests a restaurant. And you're like, yeah, that's fine. That works. What do you mean it's fine? I don't want to be just fine. I'm like, it's good. No, you said fine.
Fine is adequate.
It's good.
Yes,
it's great. I really want to eat here. No, you don't. You're just saying that because nothing I say is good enough.
My wife has this new thing now where, when I get home and she's cooking, I'll be like, "Hey, what are you making?" She's like, she won't tell me. Why? I don't know. It's just a new thing that she's developed. I'm sure one day she's gonna have too many daiquiris and she's gonna give me the reason. It was like, because one time I was making meatloaf and you said that we had meatloaf 2 days earlier, and I was like, no, I'm always down for meatloaf. I'm always, I'm sure it's gonna be some retarded reason from like 7 years ago that it has now just manifested.
You guys want to see some women L's?
Yes, please.
Lady said, Madison, okay. Dating as communist is particularly difficult because the pool of available men are either unattractive, wokely misogynistic, or wants to be ethically non-monogamous.
So they're gay.
Dating as communist. Yeah, if you're a girl and you actually are like more left-leaning, do not put that in your profile. That is an automatic turn off.
I do love the wokely misogynist because like they kind of are. It's hilarious. And It's
I'm
like
glad
the
men
same
are
thing,
more
like
like,
white,
yeah,
like
yeah,
white liberals end up being like the most racist people,
yeah,
where
yeah.
where they treat minorities like they're inherently dumb, or it was like like with voting, it
Are
was like,
unable to do
hey,
for
hey,
themselves.
black people, white woke liberals think you don't know how to get to the library, or think that you're too dumb to get a driver's license, or look something up online.
Oh, remember the
That's
New York
not
governor
insulting
lady?
to
She
you?
said black people didn't even know how to use a computer.
Yeah.
That was just like a few months ago. People just
Uh,
forgot that.
well,
Most racist shit.
I would have been back like, oh motherfucker, yeah, we've
They
been
never
using
heard the
carrier
word
pigeons.
computer. Yeah, they never used the word computer. Was one of the things she said.
Oh God. This one was, if a woman says something like this, you just know her body count is triple digits. Real men don't care about a woman's past. Yeah, that is like
Yeah.
an instant
But-
red flag.
Yeah,
To be
yeah.
fair, to me, I don't give a shit about a woman's past. Like, I don't. Like, if she had tripled, I don't give a shit. I
Okay,
really
she's
don't
not been
care.
to jail
I
or
don't
like
care.
been
Yeah.
arrested
Yeah.
a few times, you know.
Yeah, if she, oh yeah, you'll be saying a different tune when she's got Tyler as a tramp stamp on her back. Like
Dude, I've been there with a chick with a dude's name on her back. I didn't care. I didn't care.
I always told my wife the rule is if a kid ever comes knocking on our door and I'm the dad, as long as he's older than the time that we've been together, you have no reason to be mad.
That's what I say. I don't care. Yeah.
And then if the kid is black, Sam was like, nah, not doing that. Not
Yeah,
to be part of a hood.
I would know who to call because I've only had a handful of black women, but
Oh, gosh.
but she's like, well, what if that happened for me? I was like, honey, think about what you just said.
Yeah.
You wouldn't know. She's like, oh yeah. I was like, yeah, come on.
Took a 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
shit. Greta Thunberg reportedly deletes 2018 tweet claiming climate change will wipe out all of humanity by 2023.
I hate this little bitch. I hate her so much.
Oh my God.
That one picture of her getting carried off by like the German police,
Yeah.
like it was an
Oh
obvious,
yeah.
and it's
You
just
also the
like,
picture of someone photoshopping a beard on her.
yeah.
She looks like she's like a Reddit mod.
Oh,
I will say I did enjoy that. Like every time like my wife farted around me, I would just be, how dare you?
White mom claims her baby is black because of a black ancestor, but her husband is white.
Now this has happened though.
Yes.
This
Yeah.
I have a guy I used to work with. They have a blonde hair, blue eyed daughter,
Yeah.
and their other daughter is like almost like Native American looking. And they're both, the husband and wife are both very light skinned, blonde hair, blue eyes, and they are genetically their kid.
I saw a
not
similar
black.
story with the exact same situation, but you know how girls can
Yeah.
be with accountability. She said that the guy cheated on her with a black girl, even though, and it was like that again, my dear, is not how that works.
It's not.
You slept with someone who is black, or you have black in your family where like it skipped a couple generations or anything, but like your white guy did not make that black child. Like, okay, it was like what goes in will come out. That's
Good
kinda how
advice.
that works.
Oh my God, man. Dude, women being accountable. That's just fun in and of itself.
It's so much. It's so fun. Like I like, especially like when you've been married to someone for a while, like when you got them dead to rights on something, and like you got like a 2-hour car drive ahead of you, and you don't let them shift the goalposts. You just kind of like, oh, why is that? And then they start going. It was like, I'm not talking to you. I was
They're
like,
thinking of
you're
a way to
talking
get
to me
around
right
it.
now.
Yeah. Dude, my second wife, she to this day is 13 years since we met. She still will not admit she's ever been wrong. It's always just joking, just kidding, or JK. She was not once admitted she's ever been wrong.
Yeah, my ex did that too. Anytime I would get her, she'd be like, all right.
And she called me psycho when I called her out on that.
Oh my God.
Oh no,
man.
yeah, no. I've called her out on it and said, was like, and you did this, and this is why this happened, because actions have consequences. She's like, you're gaslighting me right now. Like, no, you are gaslighting me right now. By saying that I'm gaslighting you.
Look, she got mad about me calling her out. So if I would say something and it's wrong, and be like, well, look, earlier today, I think this happened like this. I could be wrong. It might have been like this. And like we find out I was wrong. She's like, you fucking liar. I'm like, I told you I was probably wrong. I didn't remember.
No, and it's funny too because it's like I don't even say this like to sound misogynistic or whatever. It was like it's all of them. Like it was like it might vary in degrees or in certain categories. So like when I was like 5, it's one of the few like memories I actually have with my grandma or my grandfather. My grandmother, my grandpa was fighting with my grandma about something, and it was like it wasn't enough to be like, he wasn't like picking up a frying pan, smacking her in the back of the head with it, but it was like they were exchanging words, and he was like driving me to like baseball practice. Something, and I was like looking at him, and was like, like, Grandpa, like, what's wrong? And he looked at me, he goes, Sammy, your grandmother, she's a good woman, but she's still a woman. And it just clicked that there was like they're always going to be different from us. There, it was like, and that's fine. I was like, it wouldn't be interesting if they weren't. It was like, like the differences are great, but it was like, God damn it, just a little accountability would be nice. Just a teeny bit.
I'll give my wife this. She will admit when she's wrong. I got a good one here.
Oh, she'll admit it like after I'll get the whole this is bullshit. Why are you talking to me in that tone? And then like a little bit later, like she'll come walking like back in the bedroom, like, hi. And I was like, hi. So I said some things. It was you did, didn't you? Or like when she was going through the mood swings when we thought she was like pregnant, and she was just like sitting, just reaming into me. I'm just like laying in bed reading a comic book, just waiting for her to just like get through it, just going,
wait for your turn.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my god, it's like that Family Guy episode where Lois is like throwing up and Peter's just like
turns the TV up.
He's watching Batman, I think.
Yeah.
Or no, I don't remember what he's watching, but he just turns the volume up while she's
puking. It's Batman. It's an episode of the old TV Batman TV show.
Oh, that's great.
God, man. Oh shit.
I just watched it a few days ago.
Dude, we were a few weeks ago on this show on Tuesday. We're actually going over Quora because I think Quora is way better than Reddit. No one gives Quora credit. It's always how bad Reddit is. Quora is great for getting stuff answered. There's massive threads about why the dating pool is so bad. And if so, man, people actually laid out some really good arguments. One guy basically said the juice is not worth the squeeze because basically I'm bringing everything to the table and she's just bringing like whatever bad personality or baggage or bullshit she's been told. There were so many great things there. I was saying dating pool is kind of bad, honestly, because the generation of women coming up have just been raised on such bad morals and principles and ethics, and it's not worth it. It's like some of these women believe some of the most dumbest things possible. Some of these women can't cook, though it's kind of a meme of women can't cook and clean. There's a video literally today where a wife was like, I don't cook, I don't clean, I don't do laundry. What the fuck are you? What am I marrying you for? Just your mouth? No, like literally, why are you here?
Or the one where she's like, well, I'll take care of the kids, but he makes his own lunches. He does this. She's like, I remember that. I don't work.
Yeah. I remember
was like,
yep.
So you're a fucking paperweight.
Yeah.
My wife will ask questions like that. She's like, well, what if I would order? I was like, one, if you just sat here all day like bored, I would kill you, because I'd be the only one working. Two, like we're not in a situation financially where my salary can cover the house. And you're like, well, why is that? I was like, because you wanted this big ass fucking house and now we live in it and
bills got to get paid. That's why I told me too. I'm the type of guy, if I had a wife or another girlfriend, I don't care if she works. I actually prefer if you do. You have your own money, you have your own debit card, and get your own shit. Talk to me. But the problem here is like, in like one single income household, if the woman doesn't understand, hey, why are we not ahead of bills? Because, well, lady, bills are inflation. I don't know if you know this economy is pretty bad.
That's how my second wife was. I had to hound her to get a job, and she was like, "Well, can't you do it yourself?" And I'll work 7 days a week, 18 hours a day, and that's what I did. like 6 months, and then she goes, "You're never home." Like, no, I'm working every day, so you can
the
stay
light
home
bill
and not,
got to get paid,
and not clean the house.
Yeah.
And not
when the light bill comes in the mail, that shit got to get paid. They don't care how it's paid; it just got to get paid.
I tell her this all the time, and I was like, hey, I was like, we could sell this house, and I was like, we wouldn't move into like a shithole. It would just be a smaller house. We don't need 3 bathrooms. It's just you and me. You know, or we have, doesn't matter. Technically it's, you know, but you know, we could survive on my salary or whatever. It was like, but when I get home, this place better be fucking spotless. Okay. You're not gonna hear about like, oh, it was like, that's your job now. Like, it was like, my job would be to put money on that. It was like, that's just how that works. Because otherwise, I can get a dog. Like, I don't know, it was like, if I want a pet, you know.
Yeah, and that's the situation I had with my ex. She didn't work, didn't clean, didn't cook, didn't do shit. I did everything, but we had kids involved, so.
Well, that's the thing. She was like, well, why are you being like that? It was like, I'm just being honest that like, if those things aren't done, it was like, I will eventually resent you because like, I'm the only one doing shit. It's okay. I'm not going to, have a kid with you and like make the kid go to work before I put your ass to work. It was like, their job is to educate themselves and then, get a job. So like, and our job is to take care of them. Like, if you're just going to like sit around and do nothing, well, that's not bringing something to the table. I don't, even when you're talking about like traditional homes, that's not the way people do shit. It was like, but now, with the economy the way that it is and women wanting to do stuff, it was like, you should be fully expected to pull your own weight. It was like, I didn't make the rules.
Yeah.
Okay. And also, like, there's certain things that you have to understand. Like, you and I are together now. It's like, we're a family unit. So, like, you have to stop thinking about what you want and what's good for the household. What's good for the household is that
where
there's
you
food
don't
in the
get
fridge
to
and the bills get paid on time.
Yeah, there might be a paycheck where you don't get to splurge, and your paycheck goes to like household items, like a new fan or an AC unit.
Dude, look at that AC I sent you, dude. Look into it.
Yeah. I'm gonna get it probably on my next paycheck because I got all the overtime on this one coming up, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get that.
Please look at, dude. I've been looking at reviews. It's fucking great.
It's legit. Okay.
So I'm seeing
that's the life lesson that I had to learn because I thought whenever I got my own job, my own place, I was like, I can spend my money however I want to as long as bills are paid. But even if bills are paid, because I'm never gonna be in a position where I'm gonna be homeless ever. My bills are always gonna be paid. I work a lot. But I thought to myself, you know what? There's some months I can't get that certain thing. I gotta get this certain thing. Maybe something breaks. You gotta get household items. You gotta get cleaning supplies. You gotta get food. Like food, guys, cost quite a bit of money. Like, have you been to the store recently?
Yeah,
it's racks crazy. Up. You could be at $100 and half your cart's not even scanned. It's just crazy. And the other thing I learned about life, and everyone says, well, prices will go down. Prices have never, ever gone down. That's never happened.
Nope.
Ever.
It stays that way now because, it was like they realize that people are willing to pay for this. So if you want the price to go down on something, stop buying it.
People literally said $5 for a dozen eggs was a lot of money. Now that shit is like $8, $10.
I used to pay 98 cents for a dozen eggs.
Yeah, and some lady was like, when I was arguing about that, she's like, well, I don't know where you're shopping. I was like, you're aware that prices vary throughout the states, right, bitch?
Yeah.
Like I live near a very major city. Shit's expensive. And she's like, oh, I don't believe it. She was just like,
people literally think it's just California. I was like, no, guys, it's everywhere. It's not just California or places in New York.
And it's not all the same items. Okay. It depends. Okay. It's going to be harder. It was like, it was like you're going in certain areas. So you're probably going to pay more for like bottled water in Nevada. Like, well,
there's a place,
fish.
Yeah, there's a place in West Louisiana. We were going to Galveston last summer. We're driving. I put in the window and said, yeah, I used to, when I went to college in Houston, I would stop here and get gas. I was paying 88 cents a gallon. I'd fill my truck up on $12. My kids were like, What?
Yeah.
88 cents? I'm like, yeah,
Mhm.
it's $3
It
something
went back
now.
down to $2 when we were on
it's-
lockdown. It
it's
went back
three-
down to
yeah.
$2. Guess I'm right when we were
It's
on lockdown. That shit
276 right now.
shot all the way back up. Right when the lockdowns were over,
Mhm.
gas prices exploded again
Oh.
because they couldn't wait to charge you out the ass to get out of the
Yeah.
house.
But yeah, my kids freaked out. Like, how you paid how much? I'm like, yeah. And Pa and your grandparents used to pay like 30-40 cents a gallon.
Yeah. And they didn't even have to pump their own fucking gas.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Someone did it, and you would choose. I'm gonna go to the cheap pump because it was like 5 cents cheaper to pump your own gas to clean your own windshield.
Yep.
God, man. Because
But
people don't even know
also, you
how basic people don't even know how gas stations work. People think going in and buying an icy is how they make their money. It's like no. Guys, people gotta understand the gas companies are ran by the Saudi Arabians who fund the oil companies. Okay, so they decide what we pay. What they make essentially there doesn't matter. They want to make their money off the oil. That's really all that matters, honestly. All the chips and
market
cookies. Yeah, all that other excess like cookies, chips, cigarettes, none of that matters. All that matters is making money off the gas. It's all that matters to them. Don't give a fuck if you bought an icy. The fuck does that do for them?
Look at these videos. People coming in like ransack the place. They don't even fucking stop you anymore.
Yeah. You know, it's crazy how like none of them ever care if their gas stations get looted because they are so beyond filthy rich. They just fill that shit up again.
They got
It doesn't
insurance
matter
on
to
the
them.
place.
Yeah.
Why put yourself in danger or risk a lawsuit?
That's why they make the jokes about the whole 7-Eleven. Because 7-Eleven now will allow you to drink inside the building.
Yeah.
So you can buy more liquor. What?
I mean, to be fair, it's been like that here for decades.
Really? Oh, it's just gonna be like that in the West Coast
Well,
now where you can
in
7-Eleven allow you to drink
in
inside.
Louisiana, there's like tours you could take to in like New Orleans, for instance, the French Quarter. And the guy was like, all right, well, the tour stopped at Jean Lafitte's bar, like a bar he owned or it was a house he owned, like way back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
We walked out and the guy was like, all right, let's go. People are like, oh, trying to chug. He's like, stop, bring in the street. And you're like, what?
Oh, yeah.
You can drink the street. It's like Louisiana's legal and New Orleans don't give a shit. So and they were like freaking out, like, we could drink in the street here.
Oh, yeah.
Just don't break anything.
Yeah, you can do it in Vegas too. I mean, you know, I mean, can't be an idiot about it, but I mean, you can't be an idiot about it anywhere. But I mean, yeah, I was like, it's crazy. Like Louisiana, there's places like they'll give you alcoholic drinks like in the drive-through.
I was about to say we have drive-through daiquiri shops.
Yep.
They put the straw in the cup and they leave the paper in the top because if they take the paper off, it makes the drink illegal.
Yeah, it makes it a sealed container.
It's an open container. If the straw covers on top still, it's a sealed container.
Yep. I mean, yeah, but I mean, you know, all those bars on Bourbon Street, like they have a walk-up window, like you know. But I mean,
walked in, buy a thing, back on the street.
We had a great talk tonight. You know, I love talking to the boys for the Wednesday Top G's. I told Savage Dad might have to get on your knees to get back in. I got some other players in here.
I'll tell you, he gives me advice for my 3D printer. I will gladly step back for him.
But congratulations to Professor Savage Dad. He ended up buying that new vehicle he wanted for his family. So congratulations to him.
Nice.
So, hey man, cars are just another line of things when it comes to bullshit,
bro.
I always think insurance is a scam, man. That shit is bullshit.
Before any kind of maintenance on a vehicle, I am paying. Me and my wife combined pay almost $1,500 a month just for car notes, insurance, and gas. No, I'm sorry, $1,800 a month.
Is the car paid off?
Hell no.
Yeah, that's the thing. Oh my god!
And it's called planned obsolescence. Once it's paid off, you can guarantee shit. I mean, yes, if you well maintain a vehicle, it can last forever. But most vehicles don't get proper maintenance, and so when it's paid off, you got to go get another one.
You know what's crazy is that people don't understand when you even apply for insurance. Because I've learned most of this throughout the years, they charge you out the ass because they think you're gonna. New drivers get charged with the ass for crashing, so you pay these big premiums and everything. It's like, what the?
They have these charts. Women have lower rates because they have less chance of getting crashes. When you hit a certain age, your rates go down. When you get married, your rates go down.
Yeah, because isn't it true that women are bad drivers?
No, men are bad drivers.
Yeah,
because we drive faster and more reckless.
Good gosh. Oh, let's start with Darnell outros. What you got planned coming up, man?
Curse of Strahd this weekend on Full Metal Nate's channel.
Yep.
Probably be here Friday night. Maybe Saturday night. Not sure. We
I
got
might give
our.
you the day off. Just kidding.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
We got our WNBA show coming back.
Oh,
Games
when do
resume
they
tomorrow.
start playing again?
Tomorrow.
Okay, so I
Tomorrow.
want to ask you this before we go.
Mhm.
I know that the fucking hell, the NFL started for the preseason, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so
I'll
I don't
watch
do
if you want to do it. If you want to do that,
I don't do preseason games because those don't matter in
No.
the grand scheme of things. I want to do when the actual season starts.
I'll watch the show. I'll watch the games if you want to talk about them.
Just whatever games people want to go over, we'll do football, and then when the NBA or WNBA, it'd be WNBA, then NFL,
Football.
then whenever the NBA actually returns.
November.
Yeah, God, November, man. We're being Thanksgiving. Holy
Oh my
effing
God.
shit.
And all the election shit will be over.
Oh, God. Yeah, that's another
we
thing
hope,
too.
We hope.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, we know that day when that happens, it's not going to be over. It's never over. You think
Well,
these people in
supposedly-
power right now want to give up what they have? No way. They're going to fight.
Supposedly,
tooth and nail.
Omar, the Muslim chick in Congress.
Yeah.
Supposedly, they were counting votes, and they were done an hour and a half after the polls closed. But last time for the president, it took him weeks.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
And
no,
this
she's
election
supposed to be
wasn't
like
rigged.
her area is supposed to be like well known for like ballot
Yeah.
harvesting.
And I forgot her name, Mary Biden, the one that was married to one of the Biden sons. She supposedly posted on Twitter that hearing Jill argue about shit and then making phone calls, and suddenly Donald Trump wasn't leading anymore, and ordered counties to stop counting while Biden was in the lead. Supposedly, she posted that to Twitter. In 2022.
Nice.
But so yeah, I doubt it'll be over in November, but let's see.
Yeah, it never is, honestly. It's always just one thing after another with some of these people, man. It always is.
Yep.
I wish it would just end after a certain period of time, but it never does. It's just how it goes. All right, Sammy, what you got planned coming up, man?
Tomorrow I'm on my buddy Roman stream, and then right after that I'm going into my buddy Gucci's stream. We're talking about Demon Slayer, and then after that my buddy does a like a let's watch. We'll watch like a crazy movie that'll come out like a couple times later. His name's Stupenzo, great dude. It's like we do like a mystery science theater thing with
nice.
And we do that. We try to do that like once or twice a month. And then after that, I'm pretty much off until Tuesday. And then I just start the whole animation block thing again. And then I'll be back here. Looking forward to it. And if I'm home and I catch you guys at the right time, I'll try to drop in either, when you guys are back on.
I just found this out right now that the episode that we did on Saturday was blocked in every country because of some clip. Oh,
dude, they're really cracking down on the algorithm shit, and it's not going to get better until after the election.
That's why I hated coming back to YouTube for that. It's just, I mean, they can put up the episode if I take it out, but it's just so stupid. So you gotta know the uncensored version, everyone, is on Rumble.
The algorithm, because they're looking for
something in 30 seconds, 30-second clip. I don't even know I don't even remember what we did. Honestly, I literally don't remember. Honestly, it's editing right now.
My buddy Stupenzo, like he did that Matrix. He did like a Matrix stream, and was like he got flagged. He wasn't even showing clips. He was showing stills. And they flagged his ass. I mean, granted, it's Warner Brothers, and they're going to do whatever they can because they're going to be bankrupt.
Money.
But
I know why they blocked it. It was because of that WWE clip I played where John Cena smacked that girl's butt. That's it. It was like a 20-second clip.
Well, maybe you shouldn't have posted that.
Yeah. To be fair, it was quite indecent.
God, man. Oh my God. Well, I know you guys have been enjoying the Borderlands videos. Well, the last one, the official last one will be this Monday, not this Monday coming up, because that's when the second weekend box office numbers will drop, and we'll know how big of a drop off it was. So that'll be the final Borderlands video. I do have to do the one about Deadpool Wolverine hitting $1 million.
I have a plan though, just to fuck with the studios one more time. We should try and do what we did for Morbius, is convince the studios to bring Borderlands back into the theater.
Nobody even, it was so hated and disliked that nobody even bothered to meme it. People just let it die a horrible death. It took in $1.32 million in Thursday night previews. That might be the most, that is bad.
That's really bad.
That's really bad.
Like that's
Blake Lively hasn't been in a
flop of all time, and it was like, you get what you deserve.
You forget Blake Lively hasn't been in a big blockbuster movie since 2018, and her new movie clapped Borderlands in a day.
Yeah,
a day. This is terrible. It's pretty bad. Well, I just let you guys know, it's going to be hard for me to get to the movie theater this week coming up. I am working 6 days. I don't know. I mean, I'm going to try and get to the movie theater on Saturday because Alien Romulus is dropping. Yep. So latest, we'll be watching Alien Romulus. For me to do an episode of Full Day going to the movie theater is potentially Tuesday. So if anyone wants to do the open spoiler discussion, we'll have to do it either latest next week between Wednesday and Thursday, because my time is crunched right now. So because tomorrow, if I'm getting off at like 4 and my latest showing is like, I can't, because the latest showing is like 4. I have to do the League of Legends show at 7. Sorry, 8 with Chaz. And the movie is like 2 hours long. It's just, probably might have had to just go Saturday. We wanted to do the Saturday show, but I don't know how long Nate's curse of butt fucking.
Come on, man.
I don't know how long. I don't know how long that's gonna go. So I might just go and watch it the week after on my day off. Get it in, get it done, and we'll just do an open spoiler discussion for it.
Now, I watched a spoiler-free review from Jeremy Johns. He didn't seem too big on it.
Man, I haven't seen a Jeremy Jones video forever.
Not that he didn't like it. It was just like it has been done before.
Okay.
So.
Okay, so Friday.
Take that for whatever.
I mean, I could go Friday. No, I'm not going after work. There's no way I'll have any strength to do that after work. The latest showing on Saturday is 8, but we don't start our show until 6. And then depending on when Nate goes, that's not going to happen, obviously. I could basically go before, like, you guys are done, but no, I'm busy Saturday. The Saturday coming, it's just crunch time. If it was at 9:30, like my other showings were, then that'd be better, obviously. But it's not. Yeah. Fuck. And then potentially Sunday, I could try to maybe squeeze it in. If I don't schedule any one-on-ones this Sunday, I could go Sunday. Sunday, I could
break, go. Man. Take a break and go to the movies.
Break. Fuck out of here. Yeah, that's what I'm going. I'm going Sunday at 8. I'm going Sunday night. So no one-on-ones for Sunday. We'll just do the Cloud9 Oh my God, wait a minute. The Cloud9 podcast is at 7 on Sundays. Nope. Oh God, nope. Okay, so let's do Monday. What we got? 7:15. That's when we do the show. Yep, I'm going Tuesday. Yep, Tuesdays when I'm watching Alien Romulus. I already booked my ticket in. There's no days that could even possibly happen this week. That was not happening. Good Lord. But yes, as you guys know, the Cloud9 podcast episodes are going to Rumble. I'm uploading season 3 right now. Iron Man podcast and Cloud9 podcast are going to the podcasting platforms. If you can't watch the show live, you can just listen to the show on any of your podcasting platforms, and new content is dropping on the main channel, Master Swag King. And since the channel already hit 1,000 subs, that's the goal. No more goals for the channel
ever again.
It just grows organically as I have it now monetized. So my next focus is getting every other channel I'm going to build up to 100 subs. Now I'm going to work on the comic channel to get that to 100 subs. That's at 64 subs right now, 63 subscribers. I'm going to start putting out more and more content on that one, get that one to 100 subs. And I want to start the Yu-Gi-Oh channel back up again very soon. And that other channel I was going to start going to. I just got really busy, so things get kind of tied in. And then my wife wanted to give me hand jobs, and I wanted to punch her in the face and throw her out the window. But
as one does.
Yeah, I'm black, so I'm naturally more violent than any other race, and I got to make sure stereotypes are upheld.
Jesus Christ.
So, yeah. Thank you
Sure would.
guys for checking out this episode of the Iron Man podcast, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye, everyone. See you guys later. Deuces. Peace. Goodbye.